Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Barbells and Banter podcast. This is episode 10, and today we have Mr. Bobby Wilson. Uh, I actually heard that if you say bench three times in the mirror, then Bobby
No,
appears.
don't do that,
Today I
please.
said bench three times in the mirror, and he appeared on the podcast tonight. So we're just gonna ask you a few questions. We've got a whole load of Instagram questions too,
I will
uh,
have a lot to get through.
which we have loved to read. Uh, so we might be here
And
for a
we
while.
we have the name of the person that's put in the
Oh,
question as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, people did that anyway, knowing the consequences. So we've, I've got in brackets everybody who's put what question because I love to organize like that. Right. So we'll start with the questions that me and Adam wrote up. Adam will also be joining us whenever he gets his Discord sorted. I haven't heard from him in about 5 minutes, so he might pop in at some point. So we just thought we'd start without him. Right. So Bobby, when did you start powerlifting, and what made you want to start?
Started in 2023. I think I literally just was like a Jesse James West video or a Will Tennyson video, and I was like, I don't mind that.
I remember watching them.
Um, yeah, I was playing rugby for a long time, and obviously I'd be doing a lot of stuff in the gym for that. And I was like, I like picking up a bar and setting it back down. So that's how I got into it.
And doing it in three separate
Compete.
ways.
Yeah, I competed in was it Aaron's gym in September. Yeah, that's when it was. I was coached by Mark McKegney back then. That's where I get all my bodybuilding esque arms and chest from. Just spam and press ups.
Where the bench originated from.
Yeah.
Then what made you want to start? Or have you already like answered that through the question?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the that you can always add 2.5 kilos. Like like when you're playing football or rugby, it's very hard in game sense to actually track if you're getting better. But I feel like in your strength sports, you're like, oh yeah, I can pick up 2.5 kilos more
Yeah.
and better.
Or you can progress closer to a record.
Uh,
Uh, have we already covered? Because the next question is there anything in particular that got you hooked?
Literally just watching YouTube videos of boys doing it.
Yeah.
I think
I think that's something for me as well because I think I spent most of my upper sixth year uh in study classes watching worlds videos on the Chromebook. And
it's a very small niche sport,
yeah,
but sometimes you just a video pops up and it catches you and it's like I think the
that's
video
me.
was like I tried powerlifting for 30 days and this is what I did.
Yeah.
And for some people it'll catch them and some they'll just scroll past and go that's not for me.
Yeah. Following off mentioning rugby, the next question is how does a rugby background tailor into your powerlifting performance?
Well, yeah, Rug- rugby I retired at 17. Um, I
I didn't
think
play long enough to retire, so
yeah, no, I was in it from minis like 7, and then of course when you're getting older, the hits are getting bigger, and then it
yeah.
exposes any weaknesses. Um, but yeah, having a big squat, big deadlift, big bench, just being strong in general, I think is very important for rugby, or benefits you a lot for rugby. You don't want to be going up against a guy who squats 200 kilo when they're 16 years old and
Yeah.
running down the barrel. Um,
Yeah.
but I stopped playing when I was 17. But I youth coach now for the club that I used to play for. So
Happy days.
that sort of keeps me involved. I work in the bar as well, so I'm always in the club some way. Um, just not on the pitch.
Yeah, still really good because like even if you like tailor it to the NIPF, like there's a lot of people that are maybe injured that are handling or volunteering in some way or like refereeing that aren't necessarily competing. They're still helping out.
Yeah,
So it's sort
yeah.
of the same thing. Uh, is there anybody in specific that you look up to, like in terms of elite level athletes?
I don't really know. I just whoever's lifting a lot at the time. Um, I
Cheap.
think it's always cool to see like the perks and
Yeah.
nonsos hitting the deadlifts and um were just feats of strength. That's really impressive. But I don't really know about looking up to anyone.
Yeah.
Um, it's cool to see. I've definitely been inspired by a few people. I would say more locally than anything. I
Yeah, like
think.
from foreign.
Yeah, I think seeing people um balance work and having children and powerlifting at the
Yeah.
same time is really cool. Like Sophie's really good at. She went
Yeah.
to Luxembourg with us, and she had a really good mindset towards it.
She's going to
Um,
Commonwealths, I think.
and sorry,
Is she? Is she going to Commonwealths as well? No.
I would assume that she is. I think so.
Yeah,
Um,
cause
Nicola, did Nicola just
yeah,
like 230 kilo rack pull pregnant?
yeah,
Yeah. Um, really cool to see like just people overcoming their circumstances and doing what they can.
yeah,
I think when you're a very good athlete and things line up for you very well, like if you're in university or um, just have a lot of time, it's very easy to be good at a sport
yeah. Because you have a
because
lot
you
to
have
put
so
into
much,
it.
yeah, you have so much time to put into it. But when you just have like an hour and a half, you know, you get your training done and you're tired and done a lot of other stuff. It's probably inspiring more than anything.
Yeah, like my last exam is this Friday coming, and then until results day, I'm pretty much free besides work, so I'm just gonna send it fully.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do that throughout the school year. Um, sorry, small text. What does your typical training week look like? Like, what days are your primaries, secondaries, tertiaries, or any certain like cardio goals?
So I'm on 4 days a week. 3 times bench, 2 times deadlift, 2 times squat. We have experimented with 4 times bench, but it was sort of the nail in the coffin. We've tried a lot to we've tried a lot to sort of kill my bench, or like we've threw a lot of my at my bench to try and see what
How much it can take?
yeah, how much it can take, and 4 times a week is was tough, but then the next block did really well. So it's about finding balance. I'm
Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at the minute, just with my primary deadlift on Tuesday and primary squat and bench on Saturday.
same as me.
But yeah, I'm on a sand at the minute, so I'm all right. I'm not too bad. We're just keeping workload up and trying to bridge to the next block.
Yeah. And then any like cardio goals for like after session? Like, do you aim to hit any steps, or do you have like 30 minutes of a certain cardio to do after a session?
Well, I neglected cardio for a long time. Um, I was coaching rugby in the rugby season, obviously, and on a Wednesday night I'd be running around a pitch, um, coaching, and that was enough cardio. And then a Saturday morning I'd probably be doing linesman for that game.
Yeah.
Um, and I probably went a month in the lead up to nationals without doing anything. And if you don't do anything, your cardio just goes like that.
Yeah.
It's takes about 2 weeks just to absolutely lose about fifty
Yeah.
percent of of your heart. So at the minute I'm
Lose
on
half your heart, or lose
half of
half
your
your heart like strength.
heart strength and lung strength
Literally.
and everything. Yeah, lose half your heart.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm on like 30 minutes a week for 4 times a week. But
Yeah.
I'm a big stepper. So throughout the day, if I'm ever looking at my phone, if I'm ever doing anything, I am walking around. No matter if it's like a 2 by 2 meters, I just
Yeah. Just
circle and
walking
circle
back
and
and
circle.
forth.
Oh, it's terrible. I do all my like exam prep, and we have a pool table at our house,
Yeah.
and I just walk around it and around it and around it and chat to
Oh,
ChatGPT the whole time.
that actually would be a shout. Why did
Yeah,
you not tell me
or
this at the start of May?
when I was doing assessments, I would go to my girlfriend's auntie's house with like a walking treadmill, and I would just have like a laptop in front of me. So
Yeah.
I'm probably 18,000 ish, 20,000 ish steps on a good day.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm same
which
18.
does a lot. It
Yeah.
allows you to eat a lot more than um you probably regularly would
Yeah.
if you're on 6 or 7 thousand. Uh,
So some people will be like in that one.
I seen a thing. What was it? Russell or he was on. He tracked his steps for like a week, and he found out he was on like 3,000 steps,
Oh,
3,000 steps a day, and it was
that's one walk in itself.
messing. Yeah, like he was training 6 times a week, but he was training 6 times a week, 2 times for every discipline,
Yeah.
and but he wasn't able to recover. And as soon as he started to get his steps up, he was feeling a bit better. He
Yeah.
took his training load down a lot though, frequency, which probably helped him a lot. I've seen him trying to get 10,000 steps was a big struggle, but I
Yeah.
think it's just building those habits. If you have the habit of going out at 9 o'clock and walking the dog, or just going for a bit of a dander for half an hour, um, you'll do it every night. You know.
Yeah. No. I'm averaging about 15k. Hopefully get 18k on a good day. Like I literally just went to the gym today after walking my dog and walking up to my granny's, and sat and walked on the treadmill, scrolled for a bit, and then revised. So
Oh,
just
so
got
easy,
background quizzes on my phone.
so easy with the sun out as well. Like
Yeah, and it also
it's what.
also saves me using the electric in my house for the treadmill.
Yes.
Because I
See,
love
I'm
one of them walking pads, then I could just put a laptop on it.
they're not
But
too bad price wise.
mm,
I think they're
I could just
50.
sell the treadmill we have and buy a walking pad instead. Because it's like the
Yeah,
same thing. Why do treadmills have to be built to not hold a laptop?
it's bad. I seen shout out Will Anders. He's on his stepping grind while
Uh,
editing videos. He's he was
that's why I
telling me to
send
get
all
in.
my videos to Reese. I just do it all on the treadmill after my session,
Yeah,
and then sweat starts dripping from my hair, and then I start crashing out because it drips onto my phone and then makes me type stuff I don't want to type.
yeah. Race. I accidentally had a 1 by 1 at 9 instead of my recommended at 6.
My bad. All right, we'll move on to the next question. Uh, what's it like representing your country on big stages such as Commonwealths, British Bench, and Luxembourg?
It's a really cool opportunity. I think it's a big benefit of having a small country. Like realistically, we wouldn't get those opportunities if we were from England because
Yeah,
the talent pool is so much bigger.
yeah,
But because we're from Northern Ireland and it's probably 60 times less amount of people, like
yeah,
everyone knows everyone in Northern Ireland. You'll be like, yeah, that's the sub junior for 93.
yeah.
That's the open for 120, and
That's why you
it's
might in public.
yeah. I bumped into Richie at the airport when I was flying over to British Bench. Uh,
Sick.
so yeah, it's really strange. I don't think it's the talent. I don't think the pool is very deep, but I think the people that are there are really trying to push up
Yeah.
and up the game of
I mean, like the
NIPF.
ones who are at the top of each classes now get to push the standard higher and then
Yeah,
sort of lead the talent pool, which I think
we've
is pretty nice.
but yeah, I've had the opportunity to go to South Africa with um Northern Ireland when I was doing bench only. Um, I went to Luxembourg as my second cap. British Bench was paid for by NIPF. They support our athletes to go over to British level comps and represent our talent. So I thought it was only right to wear our my NI
Definitely.
singlet during it, and I got. Uh, I think the commentators were like, "Oh yeah, that's cool singlet. I need one of them." But they were more
Yeah, it
impressed with my
is.
singlet. They were more impressed with my singlet than the lifting on that day. Um, but
Not too
yeah,
high a
it's
standard to be.
yeah.
Oh well.
I sort of don't even book holidays anymore. I'm just like, okay, where's NIPF's next comp gonna be? Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm trying to
Canada's
aim to
gonna
be at
be
every comp this year.
yeah, Canada's gonna be the next one.
Obviously,
Um,
up Canada.
yeah, give it 2 years,
Yeah. Be
but
there in 2 years.
it's yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool feeling to travel for your sport, and there's no doubt that I wouldn't be as good as I am now if I wasn't put on that stage and I wasn't forced. The
Yeah.
pressure wasn't put on me. That you're like, okay, you're going up on against international level lifters, people that would like podium at British. And like I know that I'm not going over there to win or podium, but I have to do my best to represent the country in the best way I can.
Yeah. And then it's a great experience until you see your bank account.
Oh, don't even chat. Yeah, we self fund all trips. As I put up a GoFundMe for South Africa, which was very cool. I got a lot of support for that, and a lot of people chipped in to help me do that, and it was I do not regret us
Yeah.
taking that plane down there. It was such a good week. Um, and so many mates and stuff made, and you just meet people from like all over the world
Yeah.
that are just into lifting this bar up and down. Um, you should have seen like the
Oh.
Nando's was there. Oh, I dream of the Nando's, and you'd walk in and there'd be big hulks of men just sitting down at the table. Oh,
Oh, are you here for the combos?
yeah, you no, you could just tell, but you could tell by the frame of people. You're like, oh yeah, they're a powerlifter.
Yeah.
It's the same as Luxembourg. You would walk around the hotel, you go Wales, Scotland, England. You just see them wide. They'd have to go that way to fit through doors.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm looking for any chance to go to South Africa. Like just obviously, well, Sub Junior Worlds is Sun City this year, but
Yes,
I can't wait until the next Colmos is at South Africa, just so I
there
can.
is two Northern Ireland lifters going for GB. Um, in sub juniors, which is massive. When you're thinking that there's 9 places.
Yeah,
Um, is there? Is it 9 places?
something like
They
that.
do because they do the 52s as well, don't they?
I
As
think you'd know
men,
more than me.
there's 18 places, but for the men, um, two are going, out of
Yeah,
9, which is obviously, as I said, our talent pool is quite small, and to be beating out guys from England, Scotland, and Wales, it's
yeah.
a great achievement themselves. So, shout out Maverick and Adam Galt
Yep.
heading for Northern Ireland. Please
Oh.
keep your ass down the bench, Adam. Almost bombed in British. Yeah,
Uh,
bad job.
and don't faint this time.
Who fainted?
Adam did at Euros.
Adam did
You
at
know,
Euros. Oh
Spike.
yes, because
Yeah,
he walked off. Oh,
he
bad
walked off
job.
and just fainted.
And Maverick hit depth and pause your benches. Um,
Oh, Maverick hit dev challenge.
we've got to get our digs in some way.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sure we got a few digs in at you while you weren't here.
unbelievable place.
Oh,
So that's good. That's
signpost
probably
incident.
the best venue you could go to for one of these comps. It was
Thing is,
just
I didn't even see the venue. I just saw all the pictures.
so many stories come out of that, like, and so many memories. It was class.
Uh, uh, Speaking of commons, tell us a bit about the signpost incident in South Africa. This has been covered
was
by
hot.
Ethan
It wasn't
before,
even
but
that
we'll have
big.
you cover it.
So in Commonwealth, the lifting, it was really strange in that they seemed to only have like two sets of spotters. So
Yeah.
there was World's Masters going on, and then in one platform, and on the next platform you had Commonwealth. So we went down and watched one of the. I can't remember what session it was, but it probably finished up at like 11 o'clock at night. And we were dandering up, me and Chloe Cheevers and Daniel Allen, I think. We're dandering up, and I'm not the only one that split their head open on this sign. There was there was a Scottish man and there was another person that he split his head open before he competed, so he was wearing a bandage around his head. Um,
Oh.
the back of this sign was painted black, and we were walking uphill on a pitch black footpath. So I was just walking, banged the head, and I walked on for another 2 meters, and Chloe goes, "Are you right?" Yeah, yeah. And I went to scratch my head, and then I brought my hand down, and I was just bleeding. So
Oh.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, what do we do?" And yeah,
Was
I
this
was like,
after you
"Oh no,
competed,
I'm
eh?
fine." Huh?
Was this after you competed, yeah?
This was after I competed.
Right.
It was quite. It was. It was halfway through the holiday, but I knew I was like, okay, I need to keep my heart rate down because blood will only pump out faster if I
Yeah.
start running up this hill. Uh, so I started walking up. The next hotel was probably a couple 100 meters away, so we dandered up, and Chloe Cheevers, she ran down this hill like I was about to die. To the Commonwealth venue, and got the medic, Chris from White Lights Media. Shout out. He came. I seen him in Sheffield, and I was like, "Oh, you probably don't remember me." He was like, "No, I do, I do." um, yeah, he came coming up, and while he was doing that, Daniel Allen was trying to put a plaster on my head, like a little inch long plaster for this massive cut in my head, and he thought that
Oh.
this was going to stop the bleeding.
He may be a
So
good DJ, but
yeah, not a good medic. So I took my I think it was this, or it was an Ulster tank top off, and I just put it against my head, uh, and we walked up, and then an ambulance was called and all for me, and your boy was I was sitting in the ambulance, and Chris came up and he was like, "Oh, right, okay." So I got in the ambulance and I was trying to ring my mum, and I was like, "Am I covered for this? Am I should I get in this ambulance?" Um,
how
but
much will I have to pay?
we'll get to that. So I got stitched up in the ambulance and sent up to my room, and Reese Evans babysat me for the night. Um, and I was told I needed to go to the hospital in the morning and get it actually stitched up properly because they're only temporary stitches. So, oh no, Josh Bell came down and he thought that I was drunk while I was of age. So if I was drunk, that wouldn't have been an issue. But I wasn't. I took this night off, and I think he was ripping, thinking, thinking that I started running into signposts half cut, and I think he figured out that I wasn't drunk, and then he chilled out a wee bit. um, but me and Anthony McClagan went to the hospital the next morning and got stitched up. Um, Anthony held my hand and all. I was in tears. Um, but
Uh,
the hospital wasn't too far away. It was only like 5-10 minute drive, and it was this wee like private clinic. But I got to the desk and I was ready to go through health insurance and all this. But it goes 500 when I went to pay, and then I converted it to pounds, and it was like I think it was something like £13 to get my head stitched up, or £8. It was under 20 quid anyway, so I was like,
well,
"Yep,
happy days.
paying for that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's no bother."
No bother,
Probably
mate.
I'm see if I split my head open in America or something. 2 grand, please, thank you.
Well, at least I know I can split my head open on a signpost in South Africa and still be covered
Yeah,
coverage.
Maverick, don't like. It's only 20 quid.
Only
It's
only
fine.
do it after you compete though.
Yeah,
You
I
should
would.
pinpoint the
That's all.
location of where it is.
I still feel the stitches. I have I have a bump of where the stitches run down my head. I went down
Oh,
went down the next morning after I got stitched up and all, and I went to the sign and I took a photo of the sign. And I've put up the photo before, but you can still see my hair. You can still see my hair that's on the sign that I walked into the next morning.
is it easy to find it?
No, it'll be up in stories or something.
All right.
Mm. I'll send it
What
to
have
you
been in
after.
your Bobby Wilson 2006?
Commonwealth. If you go on to Commonwealth,
Yeah, Commonwealth highlight. Uh, I don't think I can see it.
ah, it's in there. There's my head split
Oh, it's
open.
in it's in the dump.
It's in the
Well,
dump.
wouldn't have changed the thing that what a week. Oh yeah, I see it. Is there a picture of the sign? No, not there.
Oh, there has to be a photo of the sign.
Oh,
They're cracked though.
oh well. Ethan Anderson made a good bit of talking about it on his podcast episode.
Yeah, I had to correct a couple things of it.
Yeah,
Did he not say it? He not say I was drunk? I wasn't drunk.
I think he did say
Um,
you were drunk. Yeah,
I wasn't drunk. Um,
he was
the more
sober.
I say it, the less it sounds true. But I wasn't drunk.
I mean, if you can remember that vaguely, or if that's that specifically, then you probably weren't drunk.
Oh, yeah, nah. Michael
Yeah.
Collin and Sarah came down running as well.
uh, so what do you believe sets the top lifters in Northern Ireland apart from the rest?
I wouldn't even call myself a top lifter yet. I am
Yet.
only at like 84 GL. I think once you cross that 90 GL ish barrier, I think you're one of the top lifters. Like you
Yeah.
have to think of your ones like Trevor and Jack Gilchrist and Dana Suter and stuff. There's a lot of people ahead in the pecking order, but if you look at all of them, it's just literally time in the sport. Um,
Yeah, like some of them
I
have been
think
going for 5 years plus. Like some of the people who compete at Nats were over 10 years competing in the sport.
it's time will do wonders for powerlifting. If you give it time and stay injury free and train good and eat half decent and sleep half decent, you will get very far in the sport.
Unless you're
But
Austin Perkins.
but he he's years in it, like he's 10 years in the sport at least. There's a
Sure, he didn't
photo of
even
him.
smack his food for his Sheffield part.
Oh well, he's eating good though.
Yeah,
He has to be eating half decent. Um,
yeah. He's probably just
but
so
like
young,
he's been in it since he was. There's a photo of him at like 12 years old, lifting a bar,
Damn.
and like see if someone gets into it when they're 15 years old compared to when they're 20. When both of them two people are 5 years in, one of them's going to be 25 and one of them's going to be 20, and the
Yeah,
20-year-old is still going to be considered as new, but they still have the same experience. So it's a thing of when you get into it. I think I got into it when I was about 17. I was 17.
yeah,
My little brother got into it when he was 15. My little brother is now getting into it when he was 14. So I've no doubt that they will be far surpass me when I was at my point in my career when I was 18.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I think it's the mindset of it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you're always just trying to add another 2 kilos and
yeah,
increasing your GL if you're losing weight. There's people that because they didn't qualify for worlds, they've quit powerlifting.
yeah. Because
Like
they
that's
didn't give it that
not
much of a shot. Like, oh,
yeah
I didn't get Commonwealth qualification. I'm just gonna quit. Like,
yeah. It's not a good mindset to have.
no.
Um, you sort of got to be in it for the long run
Yeah,
and know that this is a sport where you take it really, really conservatively for like 90% of the training, and then you push hard for 10%. Well,
yeah,
accessories, you push your accessories, but when you're doing your compounds,
yeah. Not even like saying the like how you start at 17. Some people start at 15 and stuff. Like I'm saying, even like since Tegan, trains in my gym, like she totaled 275, and that's quite a lot over British Nats qualifying total for what her weight class was. And then
yes,
I'm saying
she's
that thinking like, oh, imagine if I start at 15, like
yes,
what I could have done.
is she 15? She's 16 now.
Yeah,
Um,
she is 16 now. Yeah,
yeah, like but she's strong anyway. She squats 120-ish kilo, and
yeah.
a lot of
Well, she
men
has
at that.
squatted 123, but it was like barely depth.
But she didn't get it though.
Yeah, well, she squatted it a week out from comp.
Oh right, okay. Um,
Comp
yes,
is
she
usually
had a
like
lot
full
of.
depth.
She had some depth issues, but she's a very short femur lifter.
Yeah,
Um, I'm coaching her at the minute, obviously. So, we I took her on about a month ago, and we've been debating 3 times a week squats, just because she's sort of built to squat. We're trying to keep her deadlift above her squat. Um, yeah, she was
no,
she was squatting into her deadlift and trying to squat her deadlift, but I was like, nope, start hinging. Um, but yeah, I think the British qualifying totals for sub junior men. I think just about anyone with a year or two in the sport can go, because not many people start when they're 15, 16, 17.
yeah,
So the qualifying totals are that low. But then once you go into juniors, I think it's like a 200
much
kilo
even
jump.
higher. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a 200 kilo jump from sub junior to junior. It's probably like a 300 to 350 kilo jump if you're looking at like the 105s or 120s.
yeah,
But yeah, if you're a young lifter, look at the qualifying total for sub juniors, because it's likely a lot lower
they don't
than you
qualify.
think it is. I think the 74s for me was like 450 or 425. When I was sub junior, and like I didn't realize I had that opportunity to go over.
Yeah.
Um, so
Then if I pull up the 2025, I think it's the same for this year.
yeah,
Qualifying totals: the under 18 83s is 485, under 23 is 630. So that's what,
yeah.
150 kilos, just shy.
But if you think of it as that's a person that's 18. Realistically, probably unless you're really really strong, you're only going to be going as a junior British when you're like 21 to 23.
Mm.
So you have 5 years to grow. Um, you have five
Yeah,
years to add 150 kilo.
yeah. I do sort of think that because have you ever looked at the Irish qualifying totals for the Irish PF?
I have briefly.
They
I think the
have,
Irish are just below the. It's always just gonna go off the population of the people.
yeah,
But yeah,
their qualifying totals are slightly lower, but the thing is with them, they have an 18 to 20 age group and then a 20 to 23
do
rather than
they?
doing the whole junior. Yeah,
Right. I
or
suppose it
even
gets those like 19-year-olds a bit of practice with it, like a bit of national experience. But I wouldn't
yeah.
imagine that to be there for
I'm trying to find it. They're
21-year-olds that don't hit the 20 to
yeah.
23 do hit the.
Like I'm not entirely expecting to qualify for British in my first year junior, but I don't think that it's impossible
It's not unrealistic to um
to shoot for.
if you're at like 580 and you want to push to 630, give it a year and dial in. And
Yeah,
I think that's going to be the goal for for Commonwealth for me. Get over 630. Whether they
yeah,
change the qualifying total or not is a different story. But I see that they've changed the format of British Open qualifying.
yeah,
Um, in that they've just did a this is the qualifying total. You have to hit above this to come, but there's only 12 spaces,
yeah,
and whoever's top gets it. Whereas we would have had one Northern Ireland lifter go to British and one Wales lifter to go to British and what Scotland won, and then one northeast of England or northwest or whatever it is. I think it is better to give it to the whoever's strongest. I think that is the fairest, to be fair.
yeah,
And if one of our lifters qualifies for that, great. But if they don't, that's we just need to meet the standards of Britain.
yeah. Why can I not? I could usually find the qualifying totals in the Irish, but I just can't find it because their website's so complicated.
It's I've tried to find it. I ended up looking at ChatGPT, but it's
Yeah,
I couldn't find it.
yeah,
But yes, I'm sure it's plastered somewhere that we are being oblivious to, and we're just blind.
yeah.
And it's probably
It's
probably
just the
our issue.
glasses.
It is the glasses.
Yeah. Right. What were we actually on? We straight off from the what do you believe sets the top lifters apart? But we
Um,
did answer it anyway. It was about the 90 GL and above.
just go with the flow.
Um, yeah. What is your favorite meet from your career so far? And it doesn't have to be the highest placing or total.
Hmm. This is interesting. It probably the biggest moment could be obviously you've got recency bias of I hit 610 in a couple of weeks ago and I qualified for Commonwealth and that was a
Yeah.
big moment for me. But that's just because it's recent in my mind. But I think March comp last year, um,
Mm,
when I came out and hit 552, um,
yeah.
Reese was handling me that day and we were aiming for 520. Uh, but so 520
Bit of
to
a jump
5
over there.
was our goal. But we we hit 552. I squatted about 15 kilo PB of 175, benched an easy 137.5. This is at 77 kilos.
GL
And
placing.
I think the junior record at that point was 140, and we chose to take 137. .5. And I was like, oh, load 140.5, load 140.5. But I think it's when you're going for bench press, I think it's always, what do you think you have? Now take 2.5 off of it and go hit it,
Yeah.
instead of go all out for a 50-50 call. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't.
Yeah.
But
Like
yeah, and then I came out from my last deadlift and I hadn't touched anything over 225, and 225 was a grind of like RPE. I think there should if you want to see it, it's up on my Instagram of a
some.
prep, and it was like hitched. It was RP 11. It was like 10 seconds off the floor. So
Oh.
obviously we so we needed 240 kilos to win against Matthew Flanagan on body weight. I think was that point. I weighed in at 77.7 kilos, and we just loaded 240 after our second was 222.5. Loaded 240 and
17
came out.
kilos.
It just flew. Um, I just load whatever I need on the bar and I'll pull it sort of mindset.
Yeah.
I I remember Matthew Flanagan going out and pulling his last one, and I think Daniel Allen and Reese Evans was standing beside me, and if Matthew Flanagan pulled it, I would have had to pull 240. If he didn't, I would have had 230. I remember looking at them and going, "Fuck, I hope he pulls this. I want the higher
Hope he
number.
gets this so I can pull.
I, I want it." And like it flew off the floor as
What was that? Kilo
Flanagan's
PB? We
deadlift
got
up.
a 15.
Yeah, and his I think Reese and Daniel Allen looked at each other and goes, "Oh no." I was like, "Oh no, do I like we have to load it, but I don't really have confidence in him." Uh, Reese said, like, he didn't say it at the time, but I saw facial expressions of the people around me, and I don't think many people thought I was pulling that off the floor. Um, and Reese has told me since, he was like, "Yeah, I had zero faith in that moving." He's like, "I thought you might have got it to your shins and then dropped it, but nah." He's like, "Oh," and then I think it was Aidan Connolly, Reese Evans, and a couple other people just in and around like that circle of just shouting at you, just getting you in that zone,
Pulling tradition.
and come out and pull it and go back and celebrate. And it moved quite well at the time. Lockout was sticky. My lockout used to be very sticky, and yeah, got it and beat him. And then we went home and celebrated, and we planned to go out in the town. Um, but I got about two Orchard Thieves in, and uh, I think just my body shut down, so I just fell asleep that night. We were like, "Yeah, we're going out, Reese. We're going out. Come
Maybe if you
on."
pulled 230, it would have been better.
we're going out, and then we got about two drinks in. We were like, I could go to my bed, you know. But yeah, I basically, after that 240, it took a lot out of me. I was deadlifting 4 times a week at that time. Um, yeah, and it was heavy deadlifts. Like, it did its job to help me pull 240, but after it, we took me and Reese took about 6 months and just dialed in form. I remember my back used to be just like a shitting cat. Um, and which was my lockout issues was coming from that. My positioning when I was pulling it off the floor. If you think my background is bad now, look back about a year ago, it is horrific. Um, but yeah, we didn't touch anything very heavy for a long time. But it wasn't even because we didn't want to touch anything heavy. We just couldn't. It wasn't in a state to pull it.
Yeah.
And then around the peak of December, we finally pulled about 220 again. Um, yeah, we didn't touch anything heavy for a long, long time.
Damn. Um, what's the worst meat you had?
Well, are we counting British?
Yeah, you can
Did
say
British
British.
did British happen? I think British is the obvious one, but I'll give you another one. Um, yeah, British. I think British was just a bit of experiment and a bit of fun. We'd competed in Luxembourg the week before, and we were like, we'll throw our name in the hat of maybe getting Euros. There's so like the lifters there are so strong. Like we were competing against Henry. Is it Henry Goddard?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
put up
300 plus
207
bench.
kilo. So
Yeah.
yeah, I opened with I basically opened 2 kilos heavier than Luxembourg and planned to go 2 kilos heavier than Luxembourg. But the carpet at British was not agreeing with my feet. And yeah, I went in and I benched my opener and I was fine. I benched my second and it was a wee bit grindy. But it got up and I got one red for ass lift and jury rightfully called it for ass lift. So I was like, we have nothing to lose. Let's jump 5 kilos. And the Wilson press was born. But
The
yes, I
reason we got
was
Hyper V's was born.
the there was all I all I let me borrow was Hyper V's for bench, and then I was like, uh nah, I need to switch. I knew I needed to switch to Hyper V's after it. But what other than that, there was I think it was May Open. Um, NIPF and Open and IPF hold a joint comp. I think this was my second comp. I squatted 135 kilo. I benched I think 102. Was it 110? 105? Like
Alright.
around
These are your numbers here.
in the 100 range. Um, I wasn't, and then the second one I wasn't getting my start command because I was wearing deadlift slippers, and my heels looked like they were up, but my feet were just too small for the shoes. Um, so I waited for about 30 seconds for the start command, and then re-racked, and then took it out again. And I went 1 for 3 on bench, and then I pulled my back on deadlifts. When I was trying 195 kilos. Well, I pulled 195 kilos for my second, got it up, walked back off the platform, and I think you can see in the stream that I was very sore after it. And I was holding my back, and then I went to the table and I go, nah, just cut my third. Um, but yes, fun fact, I went 6 for 15 on my first 15 bench press attempts. Um, it's it's a lot better now. A lot of that was due to attempt selection, and I just didn't meet the standards of benching. Um, because I was just a young lifter and I didn't really wasn't comp experienced, and sometimes it's best to learn the hard way. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a lot better now. Most of the time I go 3 for 3 except for British bench. Um, and I think I learned from that you need to
Just one
take two
exception.
point five kilos off it. Um, yeah, one exception, but I ate like crap that week, and it was just bad, and I felt so bad after it. Um, like I just had failed myself and just failed everything. And I put on like a brave face. I was like, oh, I don't care for the first while, but I was so annoyed at myself. And then I got messages through being like, oh, well done. You know, obviously it didn't go your way, but you know we were cheering you on, and you'll be back. And I realized, you know, it's such a supportive community, even when you don't do well. Like I probably would have got more messages of support, when I did crap compared to when I was doing good, uh, which was very quick to pick me up, and then it was just eyes on the next goal and dial in for nationals.
Yeah. What do you listen to backstage, like in the warm up area, versus what do you listen to before you go out for attempts?
Oh well, it's obviously Sabrina Carpenter.
Is it actually?
House. No, it's not Sabrina Carpenter.
Well,
um,
then Sam guessed wrong.
um, I'm a very metally hard music for squat and deadlift. For bench, I would listen to Sabrina Carpenter. Literally, I'd just be smiling about, and I found that if I go onto a bench really angry or really pissed off or really amped up, I'll miss a start command, or I'll miss a press command. See, every rule on bench, I've broke it. I've lifted my heels. I've been up down. I've I've slid my feet out. I've missed the start command. Missed the rack command. Missed it on butt lift.
Crossed all the
Um,
boxes.
I've got calls for not touching my chest before.
Spot press.
What else? But no, but I've learned.
Elbow depth.
I haven't got elbow depth.
Alright. Nearly there then.
Nearly there. I need to get head lift, and I need to get elbow depth. So if any refs are watching, for that are referring for Sammy's, call me for head lift or elbow depth just so I can complete it.
Oh, do it all in one year at some point.
No, 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 I'm alright.
Damn.
Um,
All in one meet. Just bomb out and bench.
yes. I'm a big guy for like, what was it? Cranberries Why was my last deadlift song. I like to I like to pick out my last what my song's gonna be for my last deadlift about a month out. And for
Yeah.
any like amped up, I just need to pump up for a session. I play it in the car. I remember Maverick and Tom being in the car and we were driving to Gainforth and I was like, I'm gonna come out for a 250 to 260 kilo deadlift to this song and we were like bang bang.
Yeah.
Um but yeah,
Oh, was it
Cranberry.
like 1 or 2 weeks before? Not sort of. It
Yes,
was like the block
this
off
no, this was
the Maverick
last training
squatted like
session,
what?
232. Last training
Yes.
session
Yeah. Yeah.
where I squatted 195.
Aye. I forgot it was the
Yes,
week before that. May has
it
drifted
was
in.
twice.
Like it's actually been a very slow month for me. But
Time, time, mate.
time minute,
Time won't stop.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Adam likes me.
Do you think Adam likes you? Oh no. Uh apparently he's locked out of his Discord account. Let me, because I've been checking my phone every now and again. He said, my Discord is wanking me about. I said, bro, well, you're in the group, and he said, okay, I'll keep trying. Uh, Nothing. It's just saying my email and number and stuff are incorrect. Apparently, my details are not mine. And he said, I'll try and make a new account and see if it works. And then he said, this email is already in use, and he just started crashing out. So,
He doesn't like me. It's okay. It's Adam. All right. I don't
Adam, you'll
care.
be here for episode 11. I'll make sure of it. Right. Uh, I actually asked you about this before. Do you have a hot take that you'd like to share about powerlifting?
Yeah. Um,
Happy
being
days.
a good coach doesn't mean that you're a good handler. I think it's two very different skill sets, and I think coaching someone week by week is uh, it's you just need a different mind for handling, and
Yeah.
a few people can do both. I think. Obviously we have Daniel Allen that does it. I think Reese Evans is very good at it. He's got a good track record of lifters. Uh, I'm gonna be biased anyway because I'm a lifter of his, but only went I went 9 for 9 3 times and I've went 8 for 9 once when I was getting handled by him. So it's for me. He's probably one of the best.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
in my
yeah,
experience with Reese, sorry.
You,
My experience with Reese, I went 7 for 9 first comp because we didn't really need to go 9 for 9, and then I went nine
this
for nine second
this
comp.
bench
So
this bench. I know what happened.
what actually happened?
What happened is that he said one number out loud in his voice,
That's what I think it
the
was.
number
Yeah,
that he wanted, and he slid the slip with a different number.
yeah. So I think it was
So
he said 110 out loud. This was the story he already told me anyway.
yeah,
He said 110 out loud, and the admin table put in 110, but he slid them 107 or
yeah,
something. Yeah, because he said he told me 110.
something like that.
He did.
But he won't do that mistake again.
Yeah,
He was also handling seven boys in that flight.
yeah.
Between
And I
me and
hate the way
him.
he gets flamed for that as well. Because
No,
I'm not
everyone
calling out any names, but I think you already know who I'm talking about anyway. He's been flamed for that third bench attempt and then my third deadlift, which we already disclaimed that
will just
my third deadlift was just a YOLO.
we'll leave it there.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just sometimes you throw a number on the sake of for the sake of throwing a number on, just
yeah,
because at the end of the day, powerlifting's about enjoying yourself, and
yeah,
if you wanted that, you wanted that. I think if you haven't made a mistake while handling or coaching, I think you haven't been in the game long enough. I think
yeah,
you're a bit naive to think that you're perfect, that you're always going to make the right calls.
yeah,
I've made bad calls. Everyone that's handled anyone for more than 5 meets has made a bad call.
yeah.
Um,
Like who
coaching
knows
wise,
if my 235 would locked out. And then
it was sometimes
go
I
ahead.
think Daniel Allen does the percentage thing. He goes, I would be 25% sure that you would get that number. I would be 75% sure that you would get 2.5 under it. But it all depends on what your goals is, what the situation is. You could be
If it's
pulling for a
qualified for
world.
anything.
Yeah, you could be pulling for a qualifying total, or you could just be, okay, we've got nothing to lose. Let's load it.
Yeah, that was the
Um,
235 for me.
yeah, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And then what you said about handlers, like I've never said that I'm a good handler because I've only done one meet, but I'd say for my first go, I had a bad call at the start because Peter and Adam. Also, I recommend do not handle two people in the same weight class competing against each other unless you're Reese. Because then you get because I didn't really like to pick who was beating who, even though we already knew that
Nah,
Peter was
there's
out totaling
there's
Adam.
there's ways to do it. You just give the people what they could hit.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I was
and
just doing
you
what
let
Reese told me to do for Peter, and then what Ethan told me to do for Adam, and then the
I
one
think
bad
you're
coaching call I had was because they squatted one after the other. I didn't know that there was a certain time frame you had to put an attempt in because I was gonna put both attempts in at the same time.
no,
So Adam's
it's
squat
one
got
minute.
yeah. Adam's
You
squat
have
only
to
got added 2.5 on for a second, but that's the only bad call I've made.
yes. And a couple, I had to pull you aside and be like, no more than 5 kilos on that deadlift. Uh, I was
Yeah,
like, that was sticky. That
five
was
kilos.
sticky. Yeah, just keep it conservative. But you have to play with the day that you have. Like, people can have an amazing peak and taper into it, and maybe they get ill the day before, maybe they just don't show up well.
Or just not
And
responding to travel very well either.
you just got to play the cards you're dealt. And that's a skill you need to have adapting to the day. It's all well and good sitting there and talking over and over and over again of this is going to be our first squat, this is going to be our second, this is going to be our third. We're going to put him in a position that he has to pull something around this range, but
Yeah.
then you go to competition and then you miss your first on depth, and then you're like, okay, what do we do? And the
So
correct answer is always jump to your PB of jump
bit of a
kilos to your
spliff.
PB. But
Uh,
yeah, handling and coaching very different.
Yeah, I'd say that was a good hot take. What do you believe is the best part about the NIPF and why? I think we've already sort of went over this, but
Yeah, I think it's the that everyone knows anyone. Everyone knows everyone. Um, yeah, it's just like it's such a tight knit community, and if you watched any of my videos from the most recent nationals, like everyone gets behind you. Um,
yeah,
if
no
you
matter
if
who
you
you are.
really yeah, if you really care about something and you show that you care about it, and it means something to you, um, that will externally come out in your behavior and your body language, and people will be like, "All right, this is something big for him. We should
Yeah,
cheer him on." Or whether it's a record attempt, like it's big shouts, just screams.
yeah, and then like you would want them to do it for you, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
and as soon as you get off the platform, it's hugs, just just like
Congrats,
fist bumps.
fist
It's like
bumps.
that's so good, well done. Um, yeah, you can almost like name, like within your groups, we can be like, oh, here's all the junior men in NIPF, and we could probably get a good 80% of them,
Yeah.
thinking off the top of our head. Um, but
Whereas if you go across the water, think of the GB
it's
team,
yeah, it's more
it's
disconnected.
more disconnected. Yeah, unless you're
Yeah,
obviously from over there, like I'd say we're a bit more separated to the rest of them.
yeah, and like having a team like that when we're going over to internationals does wonders for you. Like, um, when I'm in Luxembourg, the you could hear a pin drop. Like it was so quiet. Um, and I came out for my first squat, and it was like I haven't been in this environment where I haven't been just
Yeah,
screamed at when I'm lifting. But you go out and you be like, lads, can you just make some noise, for a bit of confidence? Or I texted into the group. I was like, I need something for the second attempt and third attempt, and like they show up if you ask.
yeah.
Um, the Scottish team for Commonwealth was um, I think the Scottish team and us, Northern Irish team, were probably the loudest
Yeah.
at Commonwealth. I think we
I remember
got the
actually
loudest.
seeing the post that NIPF put up, and it was like something like 108 decibels or something.
We started getting muted on the live. That's what it was. The live started getting muted. Um, we, I think me and Reese were partying at one point, and we were watching Adam Galt, and we were shouting away, and we were like, "Come on!" And we had to be pulled aside and be like, "Oh, like cheer, but just don't go over the top," because we were going after he had left the thing, and we were like, we had to be told to just reel it back a wee
Yeah, it
bit,
was
but
108 decibels. Wait, I don't even know if you can see that.
you're, you're good memory.
I think it was because I did just go through your Commonwealth story. There you go. Yeah.
So the tight knit community, but yeah, everyone everyone will congratulate you. Um, and if you're a new lifter, I know a lot of lifters that have come to me and been like, I haven't done a comp before, I don't know what to expect and all, and it's like just introduce yourself to people, talk, just socialize, and
Like I've got a few mates in my gym starting, and even Jackson who showed up to nationals both days. I said like go talk to people because you're gonna be competing against them and like meeting them whenever you're volunteering and stuff. Like just go talk to everybody because everybody's really nice and you all like the same thing. You all like lifting the bar in three different ways. So surely you can bond over that. Just say you're competing in June, and yeah.
sorry, I'm refilling on apple juice.
Apple juice, yeah.
Michael Collin, if you're watching, you're not.
He, he's what
V7.
he's drinking apple juice from concentrate. Trust me. You know that. You know the
Yeah,
like. You know the cartons that have apple juice in it.
yeah, yeah. It's
He's
apple juice
drinking that.
cartons.
He's just overloading on carbs for his training session.
But look,
Give me that
I've
bubble.
even got the right glass.
Yeah, he's got an apple glass. It's perfect. Uh, right. So we're actually nearing the end of the questions that I have already laid out before we get on to the Instagram ones. Tell us a bit about your previous injuries, as we know you had a recent comeback to squat 200 kilos and you did it. You didn't even squat 200 kilos, you squat 202.
Yeah, I skipped the milestone. We knew that
So
when
did
I
I
did.
actually. I did the same thing.
Um, yes, I've had bilateral like knee issues. I forget what issue I've had on what knee, but I've had in total about 6 trips to the hospital. Um, 4, 7, 4 after rugby games, 1 after like kicking a football about at the Foil Cup, literally a 2 meter pass, and 1 at Utopia's. Um, it was like a beach thing in Utopia, and someone threw the ball to me, and I just pivot shifted and tried to catch it, and
I can just
bang.
envision the video of Pete walking with your
Yes.
shoulder.
I, Reese came over and threw the ball at my head, thinking I was faking. um, but yes, we don't know exactly. I've had tests. I've had 2 MRIs. I have partial tear of ACL, which is from Utopia event. I've um had MCL slash meniscus issues. I think two on one side, three on the other. It was just a outside outside trauma, outside of the knee trauma. So valgus stress, and it just stretched my knee that way.
Yeah.
Um, so it just strained those ligaments and cartilage, but um, yeah, I think every time I went in, I think one of the times I went to rugby, the first time it was I sort of hobbled in. The next time I had to be on someone's shoulder carried in. Um, I think the next couple of times I was like 2 people, and
Yeah.
then one of the times I was dumped at the door while someone was parking the car.
Oh,
Um,
it's like whenever you know those Call of Duty missions where where like a soldier's been shot and you have to
no, I'm
escort
not
them.
even like
Then like every
I.
time you get to a certain checkpoint, you have to set the person down so you can shoot the rest the
I was
enemies.
I was like shuffling. I was shuffling on my ass, and then someone came out with a wheelchair, and I, I ended up leaving, in a wheelchair, and like trying to stretch out for X-rays and stuff was so painful. But I've took a conservative management for a lot of them, which a conservative management means I didn't go through the surgical route. I have been offered surgery, on my um knee for ACL reconstruction. Um, but based on what I want to do, it's not. I don't really need it unless I'm going back to rugby.
Yeah.
They don't think it's very necessary for me. Um, it's funny. I've never been injured squatting. Never got injured in a
Touch
knee
wood.
issue. Uh, I've said that enough. But yeah, it's strange because I haven't got um injured doing any compounds in that sort of sense of a ligament issue, because it's a straight up line. It's a
Yeah.
predictable bar path.
Obviously, you've
Um,
done a lot, so you're used to it.
whereas my issues was when an external force came and put a
Got it.
stress on one of the joints or ligaments, and um yeah, it was when I because I was strong enough to break a line in rugby. I used to be a
Yeah.
two. I used to be a hooker. I was a very lightweight hooker. I was a very short hooker. I was probably about 71 ish kilos. Um, and my props were about 120 to 130 and about taller than me. So I always say when I went in for scrums, my feet were dangling off the floor. Because they were. But
Uh,
I would
guys, put Bobby
burst.
down first.
Yeah, I would burst the line, and I would see the try line in front of me. I remember it was Ballymoney Rugby Football Club, and I was like, "Yes, I'm in, I'm in." And I seen about 30 meters to go, and I just wasn't fast enough because I'm just slow in general. Which is why I was a forward, and some boy with a South Africa scrum cap just come, and I planted my foot and bang from the outside of my knee in. I've been carried off of a pitch too many times. Uh, I've
That's why
sort
you
of
got back on the pitch.
yes, I've only mentioned like the major ones that I've probably had to take about a month away from like actually heavy squats. But I've probably had a right few um a few like just minor just walking about, and I've twisted some way and it's just not good. Um but that is why my squat is better than my bench. Is worse than my bench and deadlift because I've just
Oh,
had, as I say, one way to get good at it is just stay injury free and keep training it.
yeah.
And just wasn't able to stay injury free for a long time. Um, and the periods that I've seen the most growth is by long periods of time that I haven't ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Um, which is why I retired at 17. Um, but yeah, I've got a lot of clicking, clunking, wrestly stuff. So I've got to always manage my running load. I was very scared of, so when I was doing leg extensions, it was like if I did leg extensions, that was me crippled for the week,
Yeah.
which since has been changed because we started at 20 kilos. This is probably like 6 months ago. We started like 20 kilos leg extensions, which people would be like, what? And I
Yeah.
was probably squatting about 130, 140 kilo at the time. Um, but I couldn't do any more than 20 or 30 kilo leg extensions without about 6 out of 10 pain.
Yeah.
And we built it up week by week, week by week, and I'm up to leg like RPE 10 leg extensions for 4 sets a week, split across 2 days.
Yeah.
6 reps, 8 reps, but it's just about building tolerance and starting where you can start and build up. Like I couldn't squat 2 times a week for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, it's yeah, and you sort of have to know your own body and inform your coach about that, and make sure that they are aware of the issues, but have a coach that's willing to say, no, I think you could do another wee bit based off what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Um, push you a wee bit further and further and further, and all of a sudden you're squatting 2, 3 times a week or doing the movements that were aggravating your issues.
Yeah. Do you mind if we go for a quick toilet break here? Just before we
You
keep
can.
going? Right. I'll be back in a
You
sec.
gotta cut. You gotta cut the streams.
Yeah, I could just pause it. Right. And we're back after I've emptied my bladder and Bobby's wearing the sunglasses.
No, I'm not. He's just
Is it
spawned on me.
is this a Aidan Connolly reference?
This is the principal method.
Oh, right, where were we? Is there anything that you've learned in your physiotherapy course so far that you've been able to implement in your recovery?
It's a lot of injuries. Coaches and physios tend to overcomplicate and go. I should take these off and look a bit more serious. Um, yeah, a lot of coaches and physios will overcomplicate issues and be like, "Oh, it has to be that joint in there," and then if I'm doing that too much of this, then that's what's inflaming it.
Yeah,
Whereas I would more take an approach of, okay, what's your issues? What can you not do? What are you having pain with? What's your symptoms? Um, what do you want to do? Well, whether it be like my squat, if I couldn't squat 120 kilos, it's all load management. A lot of a lot of injuries and stuff, and people with dodgy shoulders. I've a dodgy shoulder.
Yeah,
Um,
I do.
the first step
This
is
one right here.
stopping. The first step's stopping, being like, oh yeah, I have a shit shoulder. And it's the same principle as saying you're a such and such specialist, or you're
Yeah,
terrible at this movement. You, the and the issues really come down to, can you manage this well? Okay, you can't squat 100 kilos, but can you squat to a box with the bar?
yeah,
Can you do really light leg extensions? Can you do sit to stand? Can you? It's just regressing the movement, and then adding load, or adding reps, or adding intensity, or adding the tempo. There's so many ways that you can adapt an exercise to regress or progress it, whether
yeah,
without even looking at the load on the bar. Um, you change the exercise, you change the tempo, you change, like it's endless. Um, and like I had Oren Walsh come to me, and he goes, no, I can't bench over 100 kilos consistently, because the next week my shoulder will be really sore.
that's sort of
And
like me at the moment.
yeah, but
But I
let's
can bench with it. Like I don't get any pain.
yes, but you take a step back and go, right, let's build the foundation first.
Yeah,
Let's work with our chest presses. Let's make sure that we have full range. Let's make sure we work on our weak points in a controlled manner, and in a controlled environment, and build it up week by week, and just get to where you want to go and progress, and realizing that it's not going to be, oh yeah, I'm going to start here, next week going to be here, next week going to be here, next week going to be here.
yeah.
It's going to go up and down. It's not going to be linear progression, and
Yeah,
it's important,
and it won't always
especially.
be like doing this sport. It won't always be because you're not gonna go from a 450 to 600 kilo total in a year. Like you could get injured
Yes.
pushing yourself too far, or rate of progression slows down, stuff like that.
Yes, and it's so important, especially when you're injured, that you track your symptoms, and you track your pain scales,
Yeah,
and you track how sore you are after a session, how sore you are during a session, how sore are you during the exercise. And maybe on a 40 kilo squat, you're a 4 out of 10 pain. And next week you move to a 50 kilo squat, and you're still at a 4 out of 10 pain.
but
You've
it's still
still
only 4 kilos.
progressed. Yes, because you've more load on the bar. Or the same goes if I still squat 40 kilos that week, but I've got a 3 or a 2 out of 10 pain.
Yeah,
If you look back at the week before, you're like, all you think is, oh yeah, I had pain in this movement. You can't remember how much. You can't
you just
remember
remember the
if it
pain.
was still there the next day. So you write down, and you should have a coach that's well, that's that's knowledgeable, and can manage it if you are in pain. Um, but you tell your coach, and you write it somewhere in a WhatsApp message. You go, oh, okay, squats at this weight was a 5 out of 10 pain, and then we take it from there.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just like doing RPE, but just
yeah,
using pain scale.
adapting it to injury instead
Yeah,
of load on the bar.
yeah, and rate of perceived exertion.
Yes, everything's a load management issue.
Yeah,
It all comes down to that. It's not um a lot of when we're doing differential diagnosis, it's like, I don't know if it's this condition, or if it's this condition, and I can't screen for it other than these special tests. But both of the special tests are positive, and they're both indicating that it's both of this. You're like, oh, I need to find out what it is. No, you need to look up what the issue is and then progress from there.
Yeah. And then the last question that I have for you is, do you have any advice to people suffering from injuries right now?
Get a coach that knows how to deal with it. Um, don't don't wing it with a undereducated coach. Um,
Or
or
coach?
or keep your coach and go to a rehab specialist. There's plenty of rehab specialists that will work with your coach, and advise your coach on what to do, and whether your coach listens or not is up to them. Um,
Defines them as a
but
coach, does it not?
yes, but if they care about you lifting genuinely and they recognize that this person is more educated in this field than they are, they will listen to them and you will get a lot better. It's
Yeah.
like,
And they'll learn too.
yes, it's like I have Reese Evans and Michael Collin, but I know that Reese could probably do a decent job with my diet, but I know that Michael can do a better job because he's more expertise in it. So we
Yeah.
bring Michael in. We have a group chat that I send all the general stuff to. Any specific questions for Michael, I'll send it to him. Any specific questions for Reese, I'll send it to him. But any general issues, any pains, any niggles, any weight changes, I put it in the group um, of all three of us, and they collaboratively work together and do a meeting for what will be best for me. They like we had to do a timeline of what my body weight's gonna be in in between now and Commonwealth, and both of them had an opinion and they compromised.
Yeah.
Questions for Instagram?
Instagram questions. So, these aren't all in order. I did sort of shuffle them about a wee bit, and we've got somebody you mentioned
I'm
about 5 minutes ago as the first question. So from Oren Walsh, we have, how come Bobby's squat is worse than his best lifters?
yes. Um, I coach Oren, and Oren came to me with a 200 kilo squat and a bodybuilding background. Um, we we started load managing him properly, and and stripping squat back and making sure that he hits depth and hits his accessories that he should be hitting and upping his frequency of squat. Well, there has been weeks that he's squatted one time a week, which is mental because if that works for him, that works for him. Um, I know a lot of lifters do high frequency, but some lifters just don't do well on it, or maybe you're just
Yeah.
introducing it too fast. But yeah, he squats 235 kilo at
Squats by deadlift.
89 kilo body weight, I think he was. But yeah, he's done one competition and he's going into June. We're probably aiming for around the 240 to 245.5 range.
Is that a
Whether
record
that's,
for it?
yeah, that's junior, but he's in his last year of junior. But he's only powerlifted for a year with a
Yeah.
4 year back bodybuilding. He but he has been squatting on bumper plates with a whippy bar. So uh we'll see what
We'll
happens when
see what
he's on
happens,
it.
yeah.
We'll see happens when he's a stiff bar and competition plates.
Yeah.
But I've probably seen most progression of my lifters within the squat. I don't know if program and manage the squat better than other lifts, but a lot of the time lifters will go to a specific person because that like people might go to me because they want a big bench press. Maybe I'm not the person to program you for a big bench press. Maybe I'm best at programming a big squat,
Yeah.
which has tended to be the trend. Or like people might go to Nonso to get a big deadlift. Maybe he probably won't be the guy to go to that. It's
Mm.
probably the person that has struggled with it, has had to do trial and error, has tried a lot of stuff and figured out what's worked and what hasn't, and figured out all these different methods of training it.
It's nearly got called on everything for
Yeah.
the same lift.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna outsquat Aaron Walsh when he's about 80 years old in like 2 years because he's out of the juniors the next year, so he's just old and irrelevant.
Wow.
Anyone that's not in juniors is irrelevant.
Except George SBD.
I was just aiming a wee dig at Adam, but that's okay. Um,
Yeah. I was gonna say don't do George like that. I didn't even realize you were
what's
talking about Adam.
what's the open? Who is open?
Not it. Right. We have two questions from Tom, and we'll start with the first one. What's your favorite chest accessory and why?
Bench.
Accessory.
Bench. um, I do like just pushing the chest press really, really hard.
Mm.
To be fair, um, just a fixed line of motion and just push and push and push. I've got onto incline flies at the minute. I used to have shoulder issues when I introduced the fly, but I've just dialed it back and then built it up now, and we're able to do it without any pain. But yeah, chest press
Wow, wow,
or
wow.
bench or bench. People
Mine's
people.
dips. I actually really like weighted dips at the moment.
I did like dips for a long time, but they haven't been in my program for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
this is the first block of
but
edges that I haven't had any.
a lot of people will be like, have come up to me and be like, "Is your chest literally just from bench?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I bench like 3, sometimes 4 times a week, and I just push it like." And I was like, "That's probably the biggest thing of my growth." That and when I was in my younger years, uh, if I was playing Call of Duty, if I was playing Fortnite.
Oh,
If you
oh,
are a gym bro, you will know the
I know what
method
this is all
of
about.
you. If you get killed, you do 5 push-ups.
Yeah,
If you get a kill, you do 5 push-ups.
I did
If you get
this.
revived, you do 5 push-ups. If you do anything, you do push-ups. That's why I've got a big bench now.
Oh, during my revision or during my study leave for like the first three exams, well, the geography exams, because there would be flashcards. Say if I got 45 flashcards done, I would do, say, 20 push ups. Do another
Yeah.
45 flashcards, 20 push ups.
If
I
you're a
think I actually
young
sent that to you. I was like, here, getting the extra chest volume to
if
catch
you
your on bench.
if you're a young person, do not do not worry about this whole like periodization and progressive overload and yada yada, and you need to do this exercise rather than this exercise. If you're that confused, literally just start doing push-ups, squats, planks, anything
Curls.
at home. If you walk into a gym and you're like a 15, 14, 16-year-old boy and you breathe the gym air, you will automatically gain about 5 kilos of muscle. No, but you see it.
Yeah.
These kids, and it was me at a point. You walk into the gym, you don't know what you're doing. You walk over to an exercise. You do like 17 reps for a set of, for like 7 sets, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
class. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. And then you
I
walk
did like
home
four
and
sets of that.
you walk home and you've added about 2 kilo of muscle. The
Yeah.
amount of testosterone, like your sub junior to early junior years, do not restrict your calories, please, and just push training hard.
This is a reason for Reese to not put me sub 200, 2,000 calories.
Push your training hard, and you will gain muscle as a young man or woman. But as a man in that stage, your the testosterone will be flowing through you.
And for those people who look to get testosterone boosting, you don't need it.
Yeah.
There's the next one from Tom. how was your journey to 40% body fat?
Great, love it. I'm doing my first cut of 2.5 years. Um, literally. Oh, eight man. I love food. Love food. Um,
If you've been
I
looking
en-
at this is Sunday we're doing this. If you've been looking at his Instagram stories recently, it's just
I had a
like
I had a full rack of ribs this morning for breakfast.
oh
Uh, oh, so good. I had two Chinese's last night. All you can eat. No, it was an all you can eat, but the plates were tiny, so I had to go up for two. Um,
oh yeah.
Michael Collin, this didn't happen. Um, yeah, I'm sort of letting my hair down because I am over visiting my girlfriend Faith over in Newcastle. So the weekends like the only time I can see her. So she's on placement during the week, and I'm like, spend a bit of time with her, and then but because I eat a bit more, I just up my steps and I up my cardio,
Yeah,
and because I've a decent amount of muscle mass on me, and because I do a decent bit of activity, and because like if I have a big meal, like the whole Chinese yesterday, people won't see that I had breakfast in the morning and then I fasted until I had my Chinese because I knew it was going to be a
yeah,
big meal and I needed to be in a calorie deficit. People just be like, "Oh, you had you had a Chinese. I can have Chineses every night and have about three extra meals." No, I just cut back during the day and then
yeah,
took steps and I went on a run and I just burned more calories.
yeah.
Um,
Just stay in the deficit.
but yeah, I like the way that I look, Tom, and you shouldn't be giving me body dysmorphia. Little man. Uh,
uh, all right. Now we have first of Peter's questions. I didn't. I was actually wait. I'm gonna
Peter Bridges.
yeah, pillar so I don't have to go over the next one after. So the first one is, how much does your right titty weigh compared to your left?
I do have a size discrepancy. I'm like a D cup in one of them, and I'm an F cup in the other. Um,
There you
s- Johnny, as an external viewer, how much would you estimate my pectoralis major to weigh?
go. On what on what side?
On whichever side you want.
So are we talking about are we talking my right or your right?
My right. No,
So
which
your left. So the one with the NIPF
this
badge on it, I'd say is
this
bigger.
one's bigger.
Oh god, that I'm worse than. I'm,
For
I'm bad at
for
this.
audio listeners, you should watch this on video.
Yeah, because who doesn't want to see Bobby
Can
sat
you
beside a
say
fucking duck
can you
plushie?
say can you say a figure so that we can move on to the next question?
Like 20% bigger.
The thing was how much does it weigh? Was it not?
Oh, like 200 grams.
Yeah, 200 grams class.
Yeah. And then I think we already know this, but I'm gonna put it in anyway. Uh, Peter also asked what body weight did you start powerlifting at?
I started powerlifting at around 69 to 70 kilos body weight.
That's the
And
same
I
body weight I started the gym.
Yeah, I've basically just been progressively getting heavier and heavier. If you look at my open
He looks
powerlifting,
it
you'll
by the
just
way.
see me gain and gain and gain. But in small amounts.
Yeah,
Like Michael Collins, a big advocate of very incremental changes. Not a big bodybuilder. 7,000 7,000 calorie bulk. Because you want to be in a surplus for a long period of time. Like realistically, you want to feel that benefits for a long period of time, and then you can eat a bit. You can eat a bit more. Um, but yeah, I've done a couple kilo or two recomps, but not a cut. A cut I would class as 4 kilos or more. If you're talking to my old bodybuilding coach, a cut would probably be about 20 kilos. Um, but yeah, as a powerlifter, about 5 kilos is, if you're looking to do a bit of a clean up, would be the best sort of figure.
Yeah,
Depending on
sorry,
what
Reese.
you
I'm
look.
meant to be 76 kilo by this time next week, and I am 79 this morning. Uh, we'll just blame it on carbs throughout the exam season.
No,
'Cause-
no, you have a slow metabolism.
yeah.
You have no. Don't
Also,
don't don't take any accountability on yourself. Just say you have a slow metabolism.
I have a slow metabolism. I also just
Slow
all right,
metabolism.
I just dropped my metal shaker on my laptop. My laptop's fine. Right, metal shaker goes over there. Yeah. So who needs to cut 3 kilos in a week? We'll just go down to 70 and just call it a day.
Yeah.
70 is the goal at this rate. Um, Casper Top said, "Who's the strongest NI 83 and why is it me?"
Casper Top needs to realize that there's about 6 people in front of him. Uh,
What is his total?
he tried. I think he just missed out in box qualifying total by about 5-10. He pulled for it in his last deadlift and he didn't get it. The box qualifying total is 5.82. So
she's
yeah,
ahead
you
of me.
have so so statistically, you have Harry, you have me, you have Reese, you have Ronan, you have Matthew Flanagan.
Oh, we're talking about juniors. Just making sure we're talking about juniors before Adam pipes
Yeah,
up.
yes, yeah, juniors. You have Matthew Flanagan. Who else? Um,
Solomon.
Solomon did he hit 8.2?
He hit 577 March.
Solomon, there's 6 boys ahead of you. You need to get on your bike, son.
I'll
Um,
be there soon.
yeah, and this man's
I
coming.
had kilos though, so
Yeah, this man's coming up. So, if you're coming back, you gotta stop, stop fidgeting about with your chemistry degree and go on to full time powerlifting. I don't know if he's in chemistry. I've just seen him do like neuroscience stuff.
nice.
Um,
Right now, Rebecca Wilson says, "When do you plan to become financially independent?"
tomorrow, I'm actually winning the lottery.
1st of June.
No, it's my mother provides me with a lot of chicken and eggs and a lot she I think growing up in a more of a health conscious environment, and I think the environment for you is very important in that if you're surrounded by good food, you will eat good food. So yeah, she's always buying a lot of chicken and she's probably spent about 100 grand on meat in the last like
Yeah,
3 years filling
yeah. I'd say the same
feeding.
about my mom because ever since I started the gym, she's been buying more like chicken based stuff, protein yogurts, protein
Yeah,
milks, etc. etc.
yeah. Mum is feeding for three growing men and one man. Um, myself as a growing man.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go up to 120s at some point. This is my announcement.
Take the bench
Um,
back, take the bench record at some point for the 120s.
yes, but yes, when I finish my student degree, uh,
When
I
I
can
pay off
actually
the student debt.
when I pay off my 9 grand of student debt because my course is paid for, and I thank you very much, the
Oh,
NHS. Uh,
happy days. No, I was
yeah,
gonna go for that course. I just didn't get the biology grade, so I had to drop it at AS. I was looking for
I
a nice
I
grade
missed
4
I
course.
missed I missed a grade on history. I got a C, but this is because I picked up sunstroke the day before one of my exams, and I got a U in one of my exams.
Oh,
Because I was lifting silage, and it was a heat wave, and I didn't have an AC in the tractor, and
Oh,
I tried to go home the next day. I was working for my girlfriend's dad, and driving home, got about a mile down the road, stopped the car, was sick, and then tried another mile, stopped the car, was sick, and by the third time, I called her and I was like, I called Faith and I was like, Faith, you have to take me home. So I just left the car at the side of the road in 5 Mile Town. Um, and we got home, and then I had to start trying to revise for for a history exam, and I was just poking in a bucket every 20 minutes, and
oh.
it was probably the worst I've ever felt in my life. And I sat in the exam hall, and I was debating just asking for a bucket to nearly second. Um,
The people
so
like in front and behind you, just like, please, please don't poke.
it
It's just
was it
stench.
was it was bad, but I missed out on one of my grades. But the university took me anyway. Um, it's a very
Thank you,
in
Austin.
demand. Yeah, it's a very in demand course.
Yeah.
Because it's paid for by the NHS and it's the only one offered in Northern Ireland.
Mm.
Um, and I'm
I've
not
got
aware
a
of
mate
any.
in just finished his first year up
Yes,
in McGee,
yeah.
and he's
Shout
loving it.
out the thirsty goat.
What?
Shout out the thirsty goat. What a place.
Thirsty goat? Oh,
Bar, nightclub,
right.
sort of thing.
Probably fuels half the physio students.
Oh, it's class. I don't even live. I
Oh,
don't, like. I lived up there the first year. I didn't live up the second year, but I chose like a night to go out in my second year, and like it was bad. It was great. It was bad. I ended up like running to the club at 10 to 11 when it closed at 11. They were throwing this big house party, and drink was everywhere.
oh.
And then I had a 9 a.m. lecture, or was it 12? I woke up at I woke up at 8, started being sick, and then I walked down the road to the corner shop. I slept on the sofa with a man. Um, but nothing
Not the
suspicious
first
happened.
time.
Um, but yeah, I woke up and I started walking down, and I remember I bought this box of Crave cereal and a Ben and Jerry's and chocolate. And you know when you're still drunk the next morning, you're like, right, how do I cure this hangover? Um, so I got back and I poured myself a thing of Crave, and I got one bite in, and it came back up, and then about an hour or two later, after rep- repeated toilet trips, um, we dandered down to the lecture. Um, but yeah, we were. I wasn't in a good. It was a practical class. I wasn't in a good state. Uh,
Oh,
but
plan
but
better
yeah,
next time.
if you've got to this point in the in the podcast, then just that didn't happen. Um,
We're at an hour and 43 in, but we're nearly there.
nearly there.
Um, Josh Bell, our very beloved CEO, said, "Give us some tips on how to do equipped."
No, nah, I'm right. Um,
This is where all the
I don't.
asylum lifters start saying "one of us, one of us."
I was so tempted to put on a bench shirt for bench only, and I still have the option. I'm still very tempted. Uh, but I don't know. I think Josh just left the bar up and down. Would be my tips. Um,
Yeah,
don't top it.
yeah.
Load
Uh,
3 red.
load more weight than you can handle.
And if you miss your opener, just go up.
Just go up to your
I do
PB
that
or
anyway.
even more.
I do that in Raw anyway.
Yeah. Now we have Adam Johnson with "How did it feel to pull for second?" and he put a winky emoji there as well.
Okay, we'll talk about NI Nationals. Adam Johnson was never the goal. Adam Johnson. We showed up in the day and we seen that. Well, me and Reese had the discussion before of tactics, obviously, and we knew that our best shot at Commonwealth wasn't to hit 625. It was to hit more than 608 and out
Yeah.
total Flanagan, because we knew that Northern Ireland would likely take 283 juniors. So we had the discussion about Adam Johnson. We did look at his training footage. We looked at his open powerlifting. We seen what he hit. We seen what he hit in Commonwealth, and we were like, yeah, no, he's not. He's not in reach. We don't think. But flowers to Adam Johnson. I think he thought that we forgot about him, but we just chose not to think about him.
We were
Um,
just like, yeah, he's too good. We'll talk
he's
about the
won it.
rest.
Um,
The fight for
but
second and third.
Adam Johnson hit a 250 kilo squat. Flip. But we rocked up on the day and we seen that he was opening on something like 582, 587.
Yeah, I think he was hitting 600 on seconds, something like that.
We we knew he wasn't in reach, but we knew that we know that Asylum, well, would we like we knew that he would tend to take smaller jumps, so we knew that openers were going to be a bit emphasizing of his top end. Like I started on 550 and I ended on 610, whereas I think Adam started on 587 and ended on 620. So it's just different approaches. Some lifters work better with bigger jumps. Some lifters feel a bit more confident with smaller jumps. And
Yeah,
yeah, the the provisional winner off of openers isn't always right. But pulling for second felt pretty good because I knew that
yeah.
pulling for second was likely taking me to an international cap. But
Yeah.
we will be back, and we
We'll
will.
be back for 2027 nationals.
Should I remind you that the top 583 totals of the year, four of them were juniors. Um,
True.
so other opens,
It
I've
has this
I sent
revised.
I sent a I sent a message to Elena, and I sent an image of me stirring the pot, and I said that stat, but she says that Callum has bigger things to worry
Oh,
about,
true. Out of the top five, yeah.
which is Callum is competing, has recent, like today, competed at Worlds, which is pretty cool. We
Mm.
also had Zach Graham competing at Worlds. We had who am I missing out? Um, Matthew McDonald
Yeah.
competing at Worlds for GB. Um, Apologies if I've missed anyone, but yeah, another example of Northern Ireland lifters going to compete for.
Yeah,
Um,
because we mentioned Adam and Maverick earlier. Yeah, I know about what you said about the top five of the year being juniors. Uh, we're talking about Raw. Adam, you, Matthew Flanagan, Solomon, me are all top five, and then four of us are juniors, obviously.
well, Ronan. So
83.
Harry, Ronan. No, because you're not counting Callum. Uh, Callum's Callum hit
Yeah,
five
well,
ninety two.
we're talking about classic, are we not?
No, but Callum hit 592 raw at Luxembourg.
Oh,
So that's my cut off.
open
Cal-
IPF has been
Callum,
crap.
yes, Callum is sixth. So you are not in the you're not there yet.
Six.
Johnny's got it. Jo- I had to correct him because I know that someone's typing right now going, he's actually
Somebody's in the comments.
someone in Collins.
There's always gonna be someone ahead of me anyway.
Johnny's got it on his shoulder. Junior.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah. The juniors are coming. But
We will take over.
But there was a Titan before us called Adam McAlpine who was mental and total like 670.
Shout out. Oh,
Uh,
that's the second time he's done this.
lad, nah. But yeah,
Uh, Now we have Andrew Lennox said, "Is the mum's fleece sauna method effective?"
I would not recommend what weight cutting into competition for young lifters. I am 11 to 12 competitions deep. I've been in this game. I did it when I was young. I shouldn't have done it when I was young. Very silly, very silly. Saw a big drop off in performance, but I've got the right people behind me, and that I have Michael Collin guiding my cutting strategy. And we knew that we needed to come in as big as possible, um,
And
to
literally did.
secure that invite, and we capped out. If you seen like, if you've ever seen, it's really weird to think that like Russell Orhe is an 83. Like I weighed as much as Russell Orhe would weigh in or more at 83 when he was in his 83 days.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we woke up morning of comp, a wee bit heavier than we wanted. Um, we I'd say we, as if I had another person. I took
Always
a
more than
warm
one person.
bath. I took a warm bath in the morning, cut 200 grams. I spat in a cup on the way up the road, and I sweated out a wee bit. But in the in the grand scheme of things, we carb loaded into it because I don't really eat on the day. I have big, like, I be very anxious on the day that I can't get food down me. But it was the best that I've ever felt going into a competition and morning of competition. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, we came in 83 on the dot,
So, is
but
it effective?
it's effective. Not for you. Don't do it for young lifters. Still had my boxers on when I was weighing in, so
Yeah,
that was
you
at
even
least.
said you were prepared to, to strip naked.
Well, no. I remember Corey has taken off his boxers at NI Nationals 2025. No, 2024, the Christmas one where I beat Maverick. That's my biggest flex. Um,
No, no, he's going to Worlds.
I remember Corey used to be a 66, and he was spitting in a cup and stripping down the whole way. But it didn't help that the the door at Nationals was glass. Um, so if I was, I think I would have had to have Josh Bell sitting at the door guarding it, saying not letting anyone in,
Oh,
not letting anyone see. Um,
ref size only.
yes, but I still had an hour and 10 to make weight and extra clothing to take off.
Still had other options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was making weight. Trust me.
And Lucas says, "How do you keep your feet on the floor?"
I wouldn't know. Don't ask. Ask that's the next man. Um,
Double it and pass it to the next person.
yeah. No, a
Um,
good grippy feet, grippy shoes. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. I was benching in squat shoes for a long time.
yeah,
Um,
I still do.
I it worked for me until it didn't work for me because it eventually caught up and it was like, nah, that's not gonna work for you.
I'm
And I think
debating switching. If it ain't broken, fix it. So I might just wait. Anyway.
I think all of the British, if you're going to a British comp, all the carpets are like thick, and uh, I'm not saying the British comp is not up to standard, but like, my equipment was not appropriate for the carpet on the day, and I knew that in the
Oh
warm up room.
really?
I was warming up with them, and it wasn't happening. Um, I probably could have skated
Balls.
across. Yeah, nah.
Uh, Now we have Jack Gilchrist, also known as Gilky. He says,
Okay,
"Where do you buy
there's.
your fake Nikes?"
I do not. Right, lads. I don't. Oh.
This is definitely touched a nerve.
Trevor Jordan, Cameron, Jack Gilchrist. These are authentic Nikes that my mother has the receipt from when Santa got them for Christmas a couple years ago. So, um, these are
That's
my shoes. They
that's a
say
few
that
of
they're.
the
I have the
best
receipt, but they
information.
said that it's not. They said that it's not real. Um,
Just in the reverse. Just say they're
it
not real.
hasn't. It hasn't struck a nerve.
Takes one into one. You're not real.
But having Chinese shoes, nothing wrong with having Chinese shoes. I've
Here,
had Chinese shoes
here.
beforehand.
I will say, I do have a fake pair of Air Forces. They dig
Yes.
into the back of my foot so much, but the other
No,
fake
there's
pair I
nothing
have
wrong.
do not. So I have two fake pairs. I do have a real pair. The first fake pair that really bothers me is a black on white, so black tick and then fully white shoe. Fully digs into the back of my foot.
Jack, get on this man for wearing fake Nikes.
I haven't worn them in like a year. Jack, leave me alone. I love you.
Did you know that Jack's Charlie Wallace's son?
Yeah. It's the- oh, right. Uh, Braden asked this. I was actually gonna ask you this, but Braden asked it uh for me because I asked
And I
him this in
remember.
his own episode. What three accessories would you do if you could only do three for the rest of your life? And it can't be three bench accessories. It has to be something. It has to be three things that like can be for squat, bench, deadlift.
Realistically, you're gonna go for the compounds. You're gonna go. Oh, I love a good hip thrust. A bar hip thrust. I used to do like sets of 8, and when I set it up right, I would do two. I was up to 250 kilos for 8, and I did 300 kilos for one. Oh, love a good hip thrust. Um, what else am I gonna do?
Got two more.
Um, tricep extensions, single arm
Well, well,
tricep.
well.
I talked about compound movements, but love it single arm tricep extension. And hmm,
One more.
this is tough. An incline bicep curl.
Hmm.
A seated incline bicep curl. Love
It
a
doesn't
seated
even
bicep.
set right with me. I don't even know if I do it right. Reese, please correct
No,
me because
I
it just pulls on
love
my
it.
shoulder.
Love it. You need
Don't get me
to
wrong, I
you need
like
to
them.
train you need to train your shoulder in extension.
Yeah, to be fair, it does put a good stretch on my shoulder. Uh, yeah. Now we have the Mark Campbell has blessed us with a question.
Mark
Uh,
Campbell. Yes.
the goat. What was your bench progression over the years?
So I probably started off with 80 to tell you the truth. Well, like it was a very quick progression from I probably went to like group gym classes, exercise classes, not even bench or anything, but like you'd swing about kettlebells and you'd punch a punching bag and whatever. And then you started going at the leisure centre, and I lied about my age when I was 12, and I wanted to get into the leisure centre gym, so I pretended like I was 13, allegedly. This is all fake story. No legal prosecution.
It's
Um,
just fiction.
but
It's to make the podcast longer.
yes, took uh probably took 60 in about 2020. I was sitting about 80 in like 2021. In 2023, I hit my first 100. 2024, my max bench was 125. And then I went up from 74s to 83s. And in 2025, my best bench was 151,
Not
152,
152. Yeah, you hit it at Christmas
152.
Classic.
No, I hit 151 in Christmas Classic, and then I hit 152
All right.
in in Limerick when we went to watch Thomas.
Just decided to hit it.
Yeah, honestly, I hit over 145 kilos for 15 reps that week or something like that. Accumulate not in a row, but like over the week.
Yeah.
Um, because I remember in Christmas Classic I opened on 143, taking Matthew Flanagan's
Yeah.
record, and then I extended it by hitting 148, and then I extended it by hitting 151, and then I extended it by hitting
Just doing it
157.
anything but a 2.5 kilo increment on
So
bench.
yeah, I'm now sitting on like 157. I wouldn't really count 160 yet, just because it wasn't as paused as it needed to be. It probably wasn't as
Established
standard.
gym PR.
Yeah, uh, if you're not training your bench to standard, you will drop 10 to 15 kilos in comp.
Yeah. That's for the bodybuilder benches that expect the peak comp.
That's for power. No, that's for powerlifters that don't bench the standard in
Like
training and then
mods,
expect,
etc.
yeah, ass
That's
lift.
what I meant by
Don't
bodybuilder bench, like ass lift, bounce, hip thrust.
like they just load too much, but they get
Yeah,
it up. But oh, anyway, move on.
yeah. uh, so there's a question from Sam here, but we're gonna leave it till last because I think it's the most interesting question. So we're gonna go on to Holly. Wilson, who is your favorite cousin, especially to go gym with?
Probably Courtney Hall. Uh, Courtney Hall the goat. Holly's away fucked off to Australia there.
Oh,
But yes, um, I think all of our family's quite
oh,
tight knit. But she had away. She recently visited back, and it was good to see her. And I hope that she weighs more than a leaf next time I see her. Um, I think she was about to blow away. She stepped off the plane, and a gust of wind took her away. Uh,
oh. I just
she's
realized that there's more questions than what because I'm looking at this in print layout on Google Docs, so we'll still leave Sam's question until last. Just look,
yes, I
skim
stand
through
you.
all these.
We'll
Yeah,
short answer a few of them.
yeah. Uh, Charlie, quotes Gunk Wallace asked two questions, and the first one was, "What was it like finding out that AJ was competing?"
Ah, we saw him on the lineup, and we were like, yeah, we'll be doing really really well to be beating him. But
Yeah.
um, as I say, the goal was never AJ. Uh, Flyers, well done. Uh, but
We didn't forget about you, Adam.
we didn't forget about you.
You're posting an Instagram story about this, being very happy that.
Yes, I think it's very funny to see the stories that come from it. I think
Yeah.
that we're all competitors at heart,
Oh,
but
I'm just thinking
well,
of the
we're
one
all
Daniel Allen put up, the Civil War or the Winter Soldier.
yes, we're all competitors, but at heart we're just meme artists.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, right. So we'll go to Matthew Flanagan, your favorite person. He asked, "What is your favorite Fortnite season?"
It has to be the one that I started with because OG. What Fortnite season do you think I started with?
Season 1,
No, I'm
2,
not that old. No,
Chapter 2, was it?
no, it was season 3.
Oh, well, I was
No,
close there. I was close with season
none
2.
of these chapters. These see as soon as it started going into chapters, it was game's gone.
It was good until Chapter 2, Season 4.
What?
The Iron Man season. It was
I
class.
got I got halfway through unlocking my Omega. That's where I got.
Oh, I didn't even unlock any colors on the Omega. And then every season
I I,
after that, you could do it after the season ended.
I wanted to go pro in Fortnite. I went into all these
So
tournaments
did
and
I.
all that. Yeah, I think everyone did, but I could never get my two-factor authentication through.
I think he also did too many push-ups instead of
Oh
actually
yeah,
playing.
yeah. I kept losing, so I kept doing push-ups. So then my chest started growing, and then I started going to the gym instead.
Oh, and then he also said, "Please don't walk into a Canadian signpost, bro."
Yeah,
Let's
I
just
think
hope you
health
don't.
insurance.
You'll message the
I
group
think
chat if you do.
medical bills would cost a lot more in Canada, I believe.
I just swore they had cheaper healthcare.
Do they have free healthcare?
Let me actually search that right now.
See,
Does
I just lump it in with
Canada?
America.
Oh, it's actually the first. It's the first result. Does Canada have free healthcare? Oh yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Canada has a universal healthcare system funded through taxes. Oh well. This means that eligible residents of a province or territory can apply for public health insurance to access publicly funded healthcare
I'm
services.
gonna get travel insurance
Yeah, if you have British travel insurance, you should be alright.
because I'm injury prone.
Yeah. And even if he does walk into a Canadian signpost, he'll be fine because he'll do it after he competes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then you put a question for yourself. Why are you so bad at squat?
Um, I'm great at squat. I don't know what you're on about. I'm the best squatter in the world.
So what does that
I'm
mean?
actually gonna out squat Trevor Jordan.
That's a ballsy thing to say.
Yeah, he's crap. Anyway,
Just sabotage him.
his
Can't
bench
believe you're
back
gonna hear
downs,
this.
his bench back downs were heavier than my heavier than my squat the other day. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, he
right.
wrapped it out like 3 more reps.
Oh, oh, Charlie. I missed one of Charlie's questions. What was it like breaking the bench record for the first time?
You know, records are more fun to chase than they are to hit. In the moment, they're great to hit. Um, but when you're training, and you go right, this is what I need to do to hit this goal, and you're adding 5 kilos, you're adding 5 kilos, and you're hitting rep PBs, and you're like, yes, I'm progressing towards this. It's a lot better of a feeling than when what was the first technically I got a bench only records in Canada, or not in Canada, in South Africa.
Mm.
But the first real one was Christmas Classic, and felt great in the time. I opened on it, I extended it, but then I just
Everyone
wanted,
laughed in the commentary from it.
yeah, but then I just wanted 160 then, and it's the same with 157.
Yeah, and then
157 is just old news.
yeah, and then like whenever you chase a record, you have something to work towards, and then whenever you actually hold the record, you're just aiming to progress it. So there's no like actual goal. You're just trying to set numbers in mind for yourself. So like say 160, 170,
The
but those
goal
aren't records. Those are just goals in your head.
The goal is to extend the 93 or 83 record to 200 by the time I'm out of juniors.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm 39.5 kilos off of it,
True.
and I've got 3 years.
Yeah, easy. Trust. And I think this is the final question. Yeah, I haven't. If I have skipped any questions, please just flame me in the comments. But now we have Sam Clyde with how did the Bob versus Flan rivalry begin?
It wasn't even a rivalry when we started. We went to the same comp at 74s in September of 2023. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where I beat him, I pulled 200 kilos deadlift for the first time. The best I did before that was 180 kilos. So I casually just add 20 kilos on my deadlift. Um, but yeah, I never even noticed that it was him at the start, and we didn't have this history obviously. So then we went into bench only 2024. Um, he beat me in that one, which was we started to be like, okay, I need to beat this guy, or this guy's my main rival. So he went through. He went to three left in South Africa, and I went to bench only. In March that next year, um, I pulled 240 kilos to beat him on body weight, 552 kilo total. And then we were like, okay, I keep noticing this guy pop up. Um, uh, so we were like, okay, right, let's go into bench only, Sammy's gym, and I was like, oh, Matthew Flanagan, we're gonna start going back and forth a bit on socials. It's all a bit of fun and game. Like it's never very serious behind it. I know that Reese Evans doesn't like a bit of tension between lifters. He's like a bit more smiley, a bit like I don't care who I beat as long as I beat my own total. And I'm like, nah, I like a wee bit of a challenge. So I beat him in bench only comp in 2025. He bombed out of that. LSU.
Move on, bro.
And then we went into Christmas Classic. I pulled two. He wasn't that. He was a Christmas Classic.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I beat him by 1 kilo because I took the bench record and we knew that we had the chip. I had 586. He had 585. We went to Commonwealth. No, we went to Luxembourg, and we hit 587. I only needed 240 to beat him because he had some issues on bench, with his heels being lifted and stuff. I did tell him in the warm up room, or I told Declan in the warm up room. I was like, "That I don't think that'll pass," and it didn't pass. It passed for the first one. It didn't pass for the next two. Um, but he's learned from that. Yeah, he has learned from that. And then we went to what was it next? British, not British bench. He didn't go to British
It
bench.
was March. No. It was nationals.
NI Nationals, and I beat him at Nationals. Matthew Flanagan always comes in able to beat me. He always comes in with a higher top end. I think our game strategy going into it is always. I think he knows the strategy by now. It's like stay within a certain number of kilos on squat. We always have our goal. We know what the goal is. We hit it in nationals. We then hit our goal with gaining back kilos of bench and some, and then pull the difference on deadlifts. I think he always overextends on his thirds.
Yeah.
And as you said in commentary, if he took 147 instead of 150, instantly that makes me.
Yeah.
If he took 147 and then took 135, that makes me pull like 157 to 262.
Yeah.
Whereas if he hit his last
257 to 262.
yeah, if he hit his last deadlift of competition, he would have made me pull 252. Which still wouldn't have been enough. But if you add 7 kilos he missed on bench or 5 kilos he missed on bench, I mean, that would have been 257, and 257 would have been a task for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't have got it, but it would have been a reach.
Yeah.
But I was prepared to reach.
Be prepared to go to the stars.
What does it look like from an external view?
What?
From your point of view, what do you see the Matthew V. Flan saga as?
What do you mean? Like, what's in store next?
Your Yeah, what's your opinions on it? What
I think attempt selection could play
Yeah.
a part.
I like
I'm just
when I'm beating
mainly
them when I'm beating them I've had to go 8 for 9, 9 for 9.
yeah.
Whereas he's won 6, 7.
I'll do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
no, like I think the bench third was a per attempt selection at nationals. I know we're not really here to talk about him, and I don't think I actually had a proper commentary on that lift because me and Sam were trying to figure out
yes,
that who
but
was actually projected to have left what.
he was
You
probably
weren't
good
there.
for 150 at one point in training. He was
Yeah,
good for 150 sometimes in competition, but it comes down to adapting to the day and playing the day.
yeah, and then he also started the day by I was actually going into the bathroom to put on my volunteer shirt, and the first thing he
I
said
know,
to
I
me
think
was he booked on a bin in the warm up room.
yeah. No, he did book on a bin. He didn't book in the bin. He booked on the bin.
On
Um,
And all
yeah,
I
I
hear about
looked.
right now is him doing the referee dun dun dun, and like at the start of his video that he posted, and it's just like all 24 hours later I booked on that bin.
I seen. Yeah, I seen him weigh in at 80.7, and I seen him be sick in the morning, and I sort of knew that we were on.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like me
not
seeing
that I.
Harry weighed in 300 grams over at March, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'm pulling for podium, happy days.
not
Or
that
I'm
you
not
pray
pulling
for.
for podium, pulling for second.
Yes, not for that you pray for anyone's downfall, but um, the situation the situation opens doors for me to put my foot in, and if he's not having his best day, I'm gonna catch up and I'm gonna
Yeah,
load the last deadlift for it.
like me going into the March Classic, I didn't know what Solomon was pulling because he only really posted like 3x3s and 4x4s and stuff. And obviously, I knew Harry was the top 83. I didn't
Yes.
realize that he was going to weigh in 300 grams over, so I knew I wasn't pulling for first. So I told Reese, oh, Harry's weighed in 300 grams over, and he's like,
Yeah.
we could pull for first. And then we saw obviously Solomon squat and benched, and then we were like, yeah, no, we're not winning this. We can just pull into second, and I'd be happy enough.
Yeah. I
I
had
think
a stress.
unfortunately he was a better squatter and bencher than he was a deadlifter because I think we matched on deads. But again, I have kilos. Solomon will get me next time.
I was spotting and loading that one, and I made one mistake towards the end, and I misloaded a bar. Oh, and I will never ever hear the end of it. For
What happened?
not because the individual tells me or anything, but I just I'm in my head about it, and I'm like, oh, I hate that I did that.
Yeah,
Um, but it was actually the lifter's family member that pointed out and was like, how long, like 1.25 kilos isn't on that side, while they were lifting it. And if they didn't say that, then they probably would have got the full weight. But yes, spotting and loading is an unthanked job. I
yeah.
think a lot of the time.
Shout out
Um,
to Ricky for guiding me through the national spotting and loading.
yes, do volunteer if they're looking help.
It really does
But
like open a lot of doors.
yes, get involved with the sport. Commentate if you're not confident to spot and load. Uh, because like maybe that allows someone that was gonna commentate to be on the platform and keep other people safe.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I think that's it. We are about 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
we chat
That's
some shit.
that is the longest episode that I've done.
I apologize.
Don't nothing to apologize for. It's just more content. You did really well. I think I did
Should
really well. Not to toot my own horn, like. Uh,
is
yeah.
this
Anything else
still
you need
going?
to say?
Um,
Nothing.
nah. Up your frequency of bench.
See how it goes. If it tanks your bench, then lower it.
Bench more. And Adam, I
Uh,
haven't thought about you.
consider the equipped lifters going into raw nuts.
It's not equipped.
Mr. Last Raw competition was last nationals, but to be fair, me and Sam did see that whenever we were making our dog. We were sort of thinking, is he gonna like progress a lot here? Could he be a big hitter? Because obviously, me and Sam don't really know enough. But yeah. Sorry, Adam. I will consider you next time. As Bobby downs his Orchard Thieves. No, it's not. It's not Orchard Thieves, Michael Cullen. It is apple juice.
Yeah, don't drink, kids, unless you're of the age and um, it's warm outside. If it's warm outside, like, he'll have a pint.
Yeah.
I needed to settle the nerves. I'm not good at talking on camera. Couple of pints, chatting away.
Yeah. Right. Well, we're gonna end it off there. Thank you, Bobby, for 2 hours of your time. And
Shout out Reese Evans.
is there anything
Reese.
else that you want to announce?
Oh yes, this will be going out on the day or day after. We're planning on announcing it tomorrow. We're filming this on Sunday. We're gonna announce it tomorrow at 5. Me and Reese are partnering up as a coaching service under Unlimited, which is really cool. I think we've looked about doing it for a long time, in that we are really we have been really good friends for a long time. His first competition was actually the same as my first competition in 2023, and we've sort of just progressed together and haven't stopped chatting since then. Um, we yeah, we're partnering under Unlimited. My current clients are we're onboarding them to new and better formats of sheets. We're going onto Power Sheets to track a bit more metrics. We are putting
It
out
is
new.
class. So it is.
It's better. It's even better on a coach's standpoint because you see some stuff, but we see more.
Yeah.
Um, actually, but yeah, we sat we sat on Thursday night till about 2 o'clock in the morning doing a lot of legal side and a lot of the forums and stuff, and we cracked it open a monster and some that we're really excited for. So if you are a powerlifter and looking for powerlifting coaching, come and consider us. We are we will do our best to get you really strong. Hop on a call and you'll have no obligation to join, but we will show you what we can provide for you and show you what we've done in the past. And yeah, we're trying to build a strong community and build our coaching brand and build our knowledge. And we're very knowledgeable that we 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 aren't the most experienced coaches in the world. We aren't the best educated coaches in the world, but that's something that we want to work towards. That we are more educated by the days go by, and no one really starts and they know everything.
No.
It's more you start and you gain your experience, and as long as you have an attitude that you want to learn and you want to progress the business and you don't want to stay stuck in your views, I think it's a very healthy mindset to have, and
Yeah.
it's something that me and Reese agree upon, like training values and training ideology. But yes, look at June. Uh, if all of our lifters bomb out in June, don't come to us. Um, we have Tegan, we have Oren Walsh, we have John, we have Peter doing it, and we have my little brother doing his first comp. So, um, yeah, it's very exciting times for the unlimited scene.
And I think we'll probably do a preview before it as well. Just probably not be able to
Yes,
cover everybody, but I want to sort of do it for some comps and see what we can get in.
do a preview and a recap.
Preview and a recap, yeah. Gives me ideas. Probably more covered in the recap because I don't know enough about, like, because obviously this is a niche sport in a niche country. So
A lot of people will be starting off their first
yeah,
powerlifting comp.
yeah. But yeah. Also I was gonna say this is sort of biased. However, I've been working with Reese especially for about a year. Actually this month. And definitely one of the best coaches up and coming, as well as Bobby, because I have went to you for a few things and you have given me great advice. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely consider them.
like I practice what I preach. I'm training under Reese at the minute, and we didn't really know how that friend coach dynamic was gonna go, but
Yeah,
it's about disconnecting that.
separating them.
Yeah, separating them. Like I have a friend Reese and I have a coach Reese
Yeah,
that and coach Reese is a bit more serious and a bit more pulled back
yeah,
that like than friend Reese. But yes, I went to him after I was changing coach after March, and from April last year I was training under him, and we've added 70, 80 kilos. Done we've done an international comp, we've done a national comp. We've showed up on every competition except for British Bench, which was its own circumstances, and
relearn.
we
Relearn.
yeah, I'm proud to say that we've qualified for Commonwealth, which was a big goal of mine. Um, they talk about you should write down your goals over and over and over again, and you are so much more likely to achieve them. And I changed. Um, I made it that I had to write down every day Commonwealth, Commonwealth,
Yeah,
Commonwealth, Commonwealth, and we talked about it in March last year, and we go right. If I'm looking to do this, um, I'm really gonna have to put my foot down and push and push and push, and it's strange to think we've actually achieved that goal,
yeah,
but when we're sitting here and we haven't achieved it, it's like, okay, what's next? You never stop. You always go, what's the next step in my journey? If you've just hit 610, go hit 620, hit 630, go hit 640. The ceiling of powerlifting, if you are a novice to intermediate, is massive. Um, you can add 100, 200 kilos to your total. It's different if you're top of the game. If you're Austin Perkins, you're looking to add 2.5 to 10 kilos. But if you're sitting as an 83 on 650, there is no reason you can't get to like over 700.
yeah.
If you put your head down and put the work in. Um, so as we say, this is a time sport, and I trust race on a lot of stuff that I do. We've there's been I think I'm one of the clients that he always goes, okay, we're gonna do this peak, and I go, why? I always question and I go, why are we doing that? And then he
I
has
don't
to
think I
reason.
question him enough.
No, I always go, okay. He goes, we're running fours this week or this block, and I go, why are we running fours? Because it's a bit more. I don't want as much load as you would have on threes and blah 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 blah. But if you get a knowledgeable coach and a well experienced coach, um, put your faith in their hands that they will take you where you want to go.
Yeah,
Tell them your goals. I want to achieve this. I want to qualify for Commonwealth. I want to hit a 650 total. And you're like, okay, I my body is just tell me what my body needs to do that. It's
yeah,
like, okay, you need to hit whatever grams protein, you need to go on this many steps, you need to hit this at around RP6, you need to put intent into your accessories, and you'll get where you want to go. Um, yeah, surround yourself with people that know their shit.
yeah. Well, I'm
And
taking this in. I'm taking all that into account, and then also uh I've just learned that I'm gonna question Reese a bit more, and then I'm gonna blame it on you if he asks why. So
no, you should always not to a very not to annoy an extent, but
no,
you
I'm not
should
gonna question him
always.
on everything, but like, say if there's new block changes, I'll just ask why, because
Yes,
I
because
do want
he
to
has
do
he has
coaching as well. So
he has a reason to change that. Um, if you're a lifter and your coach is changing something, and you question them and you go, "Why is this accessory on here? Why am I doing this rep scheme?" And they're coming back and be like, "Oh, just trust me. I I don't know. I just sort of wanted. I felt like putting it in there." Big red flag.
yeah.
Big red flag.
Also,
Um,
communicate as much as you can with your coach.
yeah, I am blessed in that my best friend is my coach
Yeah,
because he knows me day in day out, regardless. Um, any any sort of training specific stuff goes through WhatsApp anyway.
yeah,
Um, and our profession, we have a professional talk. We have a chat that we talk about my training, my nutrition, whatever. We have a chat we talk between Michael and him. We have a business talk between us that we've had to make recently about Unlimited. You know, our strides forward. Hope we'll put out a lot more. We're gonna put out a lot more content. Um, but me and Reese are very unserious guys when we're stepped away from our work. But when we're coaching and when we are doing what we love, it's like, okay, we're dialed in. It's two different people.
yeah,
And then we talk outside of it as well. Um, so I think a big thing is separating those things and not getting caught up in too much of the business stuff,
yeah,
and not putting our personal stuff into the business stuff and talking about our issues. And well, we're talking about business issues, but our life that has nothing to do with our training or the business. It's important to put the right thing in the right place.
yeah. I think that pretty much covers everything. Yeah,
Yeah, if you see any posts, posts up from Unlimited, or me, I'm doing Wilson to Winnipeg. Like, like it, comment on it, share it.
Road to Ballinwells was better.
I'm yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get a sponsor to the aid getting to Commonwealth, obviously, because it's all self funded.
Costly. Yeah,
It's costly, but it's worth it. And it's not a big enough sport that we can get paid from our governing bodies yet. But in the long scheme of things, ideally, if we get enough people in, if we drive enough revenue, maybe we can get a bit of sponsorship from the federations. But that's a long way down the line.
yeah. Right. Well, Bobby, thank you for 2.5 hours of your time on this podcast. I'm sure this will be a very great listen if people will listen for 2.5 hours, but I'm sure some people will. But yeah, if you're an audience
You
member,
want to say it?
please.
Want to
What?
say a word of if you've listened this far, you should say what? Orchard Thieves. If you're
Say Orchard Thieves in the comments if you
yeah,
listened
message
this
one of
far.
us.
Uh, but yeah, if you're an audience member, please make sure to give 5 stars and leave a comment of who you want on next. I do ask on the Instagram from now and then, who do we want on? I have got a few suggestions of plans and always taking in more feedback. So yeah, thank you for listening and good night.